Good evening, good evening, good evening. Statman AJT here. Listen, man, we're gonna have a great show tonight. Listen, today was the day of upsets in the Brotherhood Hoop League. Um, and it's all gonna be broken down here. Listen, y'all, today was probably the best day of Brotherhood Hoop League action. The playoffs bring that out. It was very intense. We're gonna have some special guests on. So one's waiting in the lobby right now. Bring him on because they got the first game. We're gonna bring him. I'm gonna bring him on to talk about it. But I just wanted to give some shout outs first, man. God, the man upstairs, man. Without him, none of this is possible, man. So big love to God. Shout out to God. Shout out to my baby Bree, my mom, the best mom in the world. The council, D Knight, John, Katie, Damo, D Knight. Ned, what's up, man? Shout out to them. Shout out to all the sponsors, man. Holloway Experience Real Estate, Journey Enterprises, man. Marco Riasco, Path to Abundance by Jason Valentine, man. Y'all go get his book on Amazon. Excuse me, Century 21. That's our guy Chaz, Floor and Decor. Thank you to our sponsors, man. Also, big thanks to Terrence's Seafood for the award winners. Kurt, what up? For the award winners who got a shirt, that's who sponsored that. And I want to give a shout out to Stretch. My brother was up until 3 this morning putting those shirts and making sure those shirts were pristine. So y'all, when y'all see them, y'all make sure y'all give them a big thank you, man. Like I seen guys walk around, man, wearing those shirts with pride. They put them on before the game, after the game. They were well done. Again, congratulations to the award winners, man. But y'all make sure y'all give him a big thank you, man, when y'all see him. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I just ate. My apologies. But let's get right into it, man. First game, Bullies and the Kings. And I want to bring King Standout to the show, Mr. Aaron Elder.
You.
Thank you for taking the time to come on, man.
Of course.
Also, for the record, Dante and DJ, I tried to get y'all. Dante, I called you. If in the comments, DJ, if you still want to come on, man, you can. Aaron.
Yes, sir.
First of all, Aaron's my friend, y'all, and I'm always happy to see him and talk to him. This was a big win for y'all today. Talk about that win, man. Like, what was y'all mindset going into the game?
The mindset is just be aggressive, man. We know who we going against. We know how they like to get after it. They're a fast team. They like to be physical as well. They're pretty smart. They're well coached. They ended up having their whole team today, which was crazy.
Yeah,
But,
I saw.
Yeah, man, hell of a win, man. We just trying to knock this thing out one win at a time, bro. That's it. Much respect to the Bullies, man. Much respect.
Definitely much respect to the Bullies, man. Bree had 20 today. J Law,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
looking at his. J Law had 13. Kevin Barnes had 10. Y'all didn't end the season well. And I came up here saying how you end the season, that doesn't matter. Everybody starts 0-0, right? And y'all came out. I picked y'all to win. It was a good matchup. Now, I don't know if everybody else picked y'all to win, and I'm saying that because a lot of people picked the Bullies. To me, they were the better team all season, but y'all were unshaken. Y'all didn't care about that. Y'all know y'all matched up very well with them. Mm-hmm. What was different today, just from an on-court basketball perspective, versus the other non-Bullies games that y'all played this season?
I couldn't tell you, man. All I can really say is it's playoffs, man. It's playoffs, and we hungry, man. We hungry. You know what happened last year, so we definitely wanted to get the first one out the way.
Yeah.
But looking forward to this next one, man. We got a tough matchup next, bro. Tough matchup.
Yep.
And we highly respect them. Um, I don't really know if it's the same. Those the homies though, so shout out to them. It's gonna be a great game, man. It's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a show. But as far as anything different, none. It's just more so stay the course, man. Stay the course, stay together. Weather the
Mm-hmm.
storm. That's all it is.
I'm gonna get to the playoff preview towards the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But give your thoughts on next week's opponent. It looks like it's X2G.
Yeah. Man, that's another team, man. Smart with Cam at the helm. Then you got two wings that are killing it right now in Justice and Petey, man. We already know what they bring. The transition game with them is insane.
Yep.
Trevor is a smart player, shout out to him. Lex, big man in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, Jew. Vince, who can shoot the ball, man. We know what we got coming for us. Like I said, bro, weather the storm, one game at a time, one quarter at a time. You know what I'm saying? One possession at a time. That's it, man. But as far as like a game plan, the only thing I can really say is like, it's what everybody else knows is just kind of try to stop them, slow them down in transition, and make them play more of a half court game.
Yep.
But listen, man, we looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
Talk to me a little bit about DJ. I talked to him a little bit before the game.
Mm-hmm.
He was he was focused. He was right.
Yeah.
He had been catching some flack for what
yeah.
happened against X2G, not X2G, against Villains and Jamar. But DJ had 5, 8, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16. And he was under control today. A lot of his buckets was catching shoot buckets. Talk to me about what he means to you as a teammate, man, because he balled out today. Him and Dante, by the way, but DJ balled out today, man. Talk to me about what he means to your team.
Like I told him multiple times, we don't contend for anything without him. He's the one player we need to be there mentally every single game. He doesn't get a break, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? And neither does Tay, but we asking DJ to do a lot personally, like from my point of view. But he's been handling it great, yeah, man, he had a couple bad games, but we ain't looking backwards. We looking forward. Today, big change, focused, on time, early, getting shots up. I can already tell. He was vocal. He showed me a lot today. I was very appreciative of his game today, man, for sure. For sure. And we just need that every time. The only thing we've ever really been mad at DJ about is just it's just a lot of dribbling. But it's just like just make a decision faster. That's it. Other than that, play your game. Do your thing. And that's what he got to do.
I personally want to give DJ credit. So DJ, if you're watching, I can't always see the comments, but I want to give you some credit because I've told you're a mid-range guy, but I've told you if you can get to the 3 ball, not necessarily off the dribble, but off the catch. Mm-hmm. And DJ this season, low key,
he's been our best 3-point shooter.
He shot 39% this year from 3.
For sure.
So I want to give you credit for because sometimes it's hard for guys to adjust their game, and he did it. I'm gonna get you out of here with this, Aaron.
Oh, come on, man! I could talk all day.
I know, but I
know. I'm just.
I know. You played well today.
No, I did not.
Well, you played better. You played better today. You did. You played better today. For you, do you try to change your game from regular season to playoffs, or do you just try to remain consistent?
Um, honestly, stats with me being the leader of this team, and it's on me to sacrifice. And it's not even about a points thing. It's not about a if the games. It's just about whatever the team needs for me. You know what I'm saying? I do look to ramp it up though, because the games are getting more intense. It's a lot more on the line. So yeah, my goal is to ramp it up. But all in all, man, just do what the team needs to get the win, bro. Like you see me today, bro. I'm on the floor. I'm making bad plays, but I'm trying to hustle back. Missing free throws when I should be making them, but I made the ones that counted. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot of guts to do that, in my opinion. Especially while getting heckled.
Yeah.
But
The
I
the
mean, I
the the,
appreciate them though. That mean they care. So
the crowd was going up today.
yeah, they was, man. Yeah, man. I loved every
Um,
moment of it.
listen, man, I want to give a big thanks to the fans for coming out. Aaron, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Always,
We'll,
bro.
we'll, we'll we'll be talking throughout the week, man. Kings, big win for y'all today, man.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Salute.
yes, sir. See y'all next week, man.
See y'all next week, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother.
So I'm gonna give my thoughts on the game before we move on to the next game. The Kings match up very well against the Bullies, and for me, I think the key is always going to be the Kings backcourt, DJ and Dante. They're going to go as they go. And DJ had, I think I said he had 16. Dante had 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14. And they both were attacking. I think Dante had a lot of his points via the free throw line. He was attacking the basket. DJ hitting catch and shoot. I want to give a shout out to this player too. I told him after the game, and I don't want to forget. Shout out Jase. Jase, if you're watching, you were one of the difference makers in the game. I told you that after the game. You're rebounding, defensive and offensive, creating second shots, finishing your putbacks. Just being that glue guy that they really need, and you won that game for them. So, Jose, I want to give a shout out to you. Like I said, I can't see all the comments. So if you comment for some reason, it does not let me see it. But I just want to give you a big shout out. Shout out to Lou Freeman too, man. Coached a good game today. And the Kings move on, man. For the Bullies, was a great season, man. They needed a little bit more from Henry today. J Law had 13. Let me make sure I get it right. Kevin Barnes had 10. And it was a slower paced game, but yeah, they need a little bit more from Henry, a little bit more from Ryan. Aaron had 7. Excuse me. Was a very, 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 very close game, but the Kings prevailed. Again, it's hard to beat an opponent 3 times in a row when you face them, and that's what the Kings did. So, shout out to them. Now, this next game, and hopefully our special guest receives the message in time and is able to come on. But the next game and what most would quantify as an upset, Team United versus X2G. Most predicted that Team United will come out with the win. And if you were in the building, it was very, very electric in the building today. and X2G had other ideas. They came out and they played with a controlled passion. You have guys like PD, MVP candidate. You got guys like Justice, who wear their passion outwardly for everyone to see it. And they managed it today. They controlled it today. And they really took it straight to the villains. I think the final score from what I see is 57-42. And they got out and ran. They were playing fast. They were playing aggressive. And it's just one of them things, man, where what's up, Cam? Right on time. I think Cam's presence, even if he's not scoring well, is a big, big boon for them. They play a lot more under control. He settles the team down. They listen to him. They respect him. Cam was under control today too. I honestly didn't see a lot of going back and forth with the refs today, not just Cam, but PD and Justice. And that's a really big win for y'all, man. That is a huge win for y'all. Like, I think Villains have beat y'all twice this season, maybe once or twice. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But listen, this was a remarkable performance from X2G, man. And I really truly was inspired by watching X2G play today. I really was. Always, Cam, when you play well, when you help your team win, I'll tell you. If not, I'll tell you ain't play well. But you really captain that shit, man. Also want to shout out OT. Okay. Thank you, Cam. So the schedule runs together for me. Okay. Mr. Brown. By the way, Breezy, I gave your phone to Thomas, so your phone's in good hands. When he plays and when he's hitting his shots, it makes them very, very, very hard to beat. And it's really that simple. Like, he what he's going to give you on defense. He's extremely athletic. He flies up and down the court. But when he's hitting his shots, man, he gives them a different element. Today, he had 12 points. And again, like I said, Justice supposed to come on, Cam. I sent him a text. He's supposed to come on. I'm hoping he get the text message so he can come on. I want to give him a shout out, and I talked to him after the game too, but I want him to get his flowers publicly. But yes, Justice played a great game today. But back to Mr. Brown, when he plays like that, that kind of gives them a big three, from a scoring perspective. And he did that today. I want to give another shout out, man, to Mr. Alexander. Yeah, please do. Go ahead, call him and tell him check his text messages too, Cam. There are very few people, and I'm talking about Lex now, if you're watching, there are very few people who are immovable in there. And he is a physically strong and stout defender. He's one of the best Jason defenders in the league, the MVP. And obviously, look, Jason's going to get his, but he makes him work for it. He's very physical. He can move his feet. He rebounds well. Cam, his phone probably dead, dog. If anybody could get in touch with Justice, man, please let him know to check his text messages so he can come up here. Thank you, Cam. But Lex is a big key. Him and Vince, honestly, they're keys because they know they roll. They don't try to get outside of it, and they play their game. So I want to give a big shout out to Lex, Vince too. Another one, man, for Petey. Petey was more under control today. He didn't. He probably look, hey Ned, he probably is asleep. Like I told him before. I said, bro, we gonna be on. I'm gonna be on about this time, man. I want to give you a shout out on the pod. Look, I took me a nap too, so I ain't even mad. Shout out to Petey, man. At times, Petey, if you're watching, I tell you, man, when you're under control, I'm not even talking about the emotional part. I'm talking about on the basketball court. Like, he made 2 nice interior passes today for layups, right? Yeah, shout out to Super too. My bad, Super. Shout out to him. But when he's driving and when he's finding guys, because he gets a lot of attention when he drives to the basket. Sure, if the layup is there, take the layup. But he made 2 dimes in interior today. And that's how you can beat defenses without scoring. You're going to get a lot of attention, but when you do that, that laydown pass is there every time. He had 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 today. But he didn't try to soak up possessions when Justice had it going. And that is the mark of a guy, because look, we all see the talk on Facebook, y'all, and people were telling him that he was being selfish for winning MVP. For the record, I don't think that's selfish. He was deserving of the award. I don't think it's anything wrong for wanting that award. But he played very, very well today. And Justice, it don't look like he's gonna make it on. So can y'all relate a message that I'm about to say? He was the best player on the court today. I had heard him say he was talking to somebody on the sideline after he hit a 3. And he said, I told y'all what I was going to do today. Justice is a highly aggressive basketball player. He's attacking you every time up the court. And he did it today. He actually hit 4 threes today. He had 16 points, and he was just everywhere. So shout out to him. I talked to him after the game. I said, when you balling and you're under control, I'm gonna tell you doing good. When you're doing the wild stuff, I'm gonna tell you doing the wild stuff. So he definitely was the best player on the court today. Shout out to him. Great season for the Villains, man. 6-1. They had the MVP. They had second team on defense, Jermaine. They missed him badly today. I think Jermaine's value goes understated a lot, because a lot of things that he does don't get captured in the box score. If he's not getting the assist, he's getting the hockey assist. He's the anchor for the D. He's either grabbing the rebound or boxing out so somebody else can grab the rebound. And they missed him badly today. Looking at the score, Jamar had 4, 8, 11, 14, 20. Jason this wasn't Jason's best game. He got hurt at the end of it. He had 3, 5, 7, 8. X2G came out with a plan against him. And they shaded. It appears, just from my coaching eye, that they directed a lot of their defensive attention towards Jason. You're the 2-time MVP, and that attention is going to come with it. And I think that's honestly where Jermaine is missed, because with Jermaine's passing, he can beat that kind of defensive coverage, and the ball will swing back around to Jason for open shots. So they definitely missed Jermaine. Excuse me. They didn't get a lot from anybody else. Brandon had 4, Sadell had 2, Leo had 8. it wasn't a lot from other players today. X2G's defense stood out today. Shout out to the Villains, man. They had a great season. It had the coach of the year in Rat. I think Rat could have coached a little bit better today. But X2G came out and they came out with a passion and they won the game again. Shout out to Team United, man. Shout out to the coach of the year, Rat. Shout out to MVP, back-to-back MVP Jason. Both well-deserved, man. Y'all are great for our league, man. We love to have y'all back. Hopefully we do have y'all back. But big win for X2G. Talk about the preview next week with X2G versus the Kings. I'm looking forward to that. Next game. And this game was very interesting. Elite versus Mentality. This game was very, very interesting. I ain't going to touch on this too long. But Elite versus Mentality. Mentality jumped out to a huge lead. Yeah, shout out to Drew too. You right. My bad, Cam. Hard up here by myself, man. My memory be going. But they jumped out to a huge lead. It was like 23-26-7. Trig had it going, man. He had, I think, like 13 in the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken. I want to make sure that I get the numbers right. He had 3, 5, 8, 11, 14 in the first quarter, man. And he was hitting literally everything. The difference was, man, the lead is the best defensive team in the league, and they tighten the grips. I want to give a shout out to Coach Tate too. She coached today. Not saying she don't coach other days, Tate, so please don't kill me, please. But she was coaching today, and I'm gonna explain what she did. She was going offense, defense with Barry, and she split the double big lineup today, and it worked out for her. And I think the key adjustment was putting Trail on Trig, and that physicality changed the entire game. And Elite methodically worked their way back into the game. I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm just thinking to myself, they done cut this to like, I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, anybody from Elite is watching Ned. I think it was like 9 at halftime. I think Denard, and I'm going to have to say this, Ned, Denard did kind of drop you, and then hit the 3. And I think it was up to 12. And I was like, okay, Mentality's kind of getting back, but they tighten the screws, man, led by Trail, led by Ned, led by Lou, led by D Knight. Those guys lock in on defense, man, and you could kind of feel like the grip was tightening on Mentality, and they couldn't get to anything. And I think in turn, Mentality started playing not to lose instead of playing to win. And they worked their way back. This game ended up going to sudden death. So, and they won it. Ironically, he did. Yeah, he did catch you slipping. I didn't think he was gonna make the jumper, but he did. And look, sometimes it happens like that. But credit to Team Elite. Y'all tighten the screws on defense. Before I go to the next game and get our other guest on, great season. Darius turned that entire team around. And I want to give a big shout out to Darius, man. He got an opportunity. It was 9 at the half, right? I want to give a shout out to Darius, man. He coached that team. And he's gotten opportunities with Demby. So Darius, I want to give you, yeah, y'all did. I think they only scored like 10, either 10, 12 or 14 in the second half. Let me look right now, because they ended the game with 47. I think they had 35 and a half, so it was 12 and a half. Y'all locked up. So shout out to everybody. Coach Tay with the adjustments. You, Trail, who I think was the best defensive player on the court today. Lou, Knight, Barry, everybody locked in on that end. And y'all move on. I'm gonna talk about that game, the next playoff game, after we discuss the next game. But listen, man, that was an inspired performance. I want to shout out to Mentality. Trigg, got back to where he should be as amongst the best players in the league. Darius was a Coach of the Year candidate. They really missed Pollard today. Shout out to Tyreek. And shout out to Mentality overall, man. Like, y'all rebounded. Booty led the league in assists this year. So, again, great season for Mentality, and Elite moves on. Now, this last game, and I hope that our guest is ready. Jelly versus Dream Team. I think this might qualify as the biggest upset of the day. Excuse me. And listen. Dream Team was very maligned coming into this game because their coach, Meach, who I love him for the league. I really do. I ain't gonna say that, Ned. I'm not gonna go there, but I do wish he played better though. He definitely needed to have a better game than he did today. Dream Team that has been doing a lot of talking all season. And I'm gonna bring the guest on right now. So I want to give a big hand clap. Dream Team standout, Mr. Chris Hinman, man. Thank you for taking the time. Before I get the interview started, Chris, can you show your shirt?
Yeah, man, I got you.
So those are the shirts that Stretch made for all the award winners. I'm Chris May, second team all Brotherhood Hoop League, well deserved. Thanks, Chris.
No problem.
So I'm looking at the box score right now. You had 20 today. Okay.
Oh.
Now, and I'm not gonna ask you to talk about your coach. I'm gonna talk about him first, right? Meach had been doing a lot of talking, and there was not a lot of winning. Today, y'all had an inspiring victory. I think y'all won by 9 or 11.
Yeah.
And you got to your spots. I noticed that the court was more open for you. Talk about that and what that meant for you today.
It made everything easier, for real, man. Big shout out to everybody who was screening for me because they set some good screens, especially Mook. Getting a screen from him, nobody's getting through that, man. And it just opened up the mid-range. It opened up the guys on the wings whenever the defense collapsed, and it just made everything easier for me. So big thanks to my team, of course.
Now, Meach is your guy. Meach is my guy too. Do you feel like he puts I'm not going to ask that. I'm not going to ask that because I ain't trying to start nothing. But as a player, it feels like you get everybody's best shot. I know as a competitor, you live for that. Talk about that and how you've used that to motivate you all season.
I'm honestly just glad that he's my coach and I don't got to deal with his mouth because he is a big trash talker. It makes our games more energetic, though. It definitely brings the energy to all our games.
Yeah.
No matter who we're playing, just because he does that talking before we even play. So I feel like it motivates us because we know, we got something to prove whenever we go out there.
Mid-season additions. Batman had 15 today, and Marius also played a key role. Talk about how much they meant to your team.
They mean a lot, man. Also Melo, he was they
Melo
added
too.
him on
My
too.
bad. Don't hurt me, Melo. Yes, Melo too.
All three of them though, man, they make it easier on me for real. I don't gotta stress bringing the ball up every time, and I always got guys who I know if I drive and I kick it, I know they can knock down shots. Batman, he's like you said, he had 15 today. He can get it going at any point. Marion as well, and Melo's streaky, man. So having them makes us a much bigger threat on offense compared to when we first started the season.
Now I want to before I get you out of here, next game, Dream Team versus Elite. You're going up against the Defensive Player of the Year, likely. Well, not likely. He won the award, but who'll likely be guarding you is Mr. Ned. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask no controversial questions to try to start and give any bulletin board material. But what's your mindset going into that game against a great defender like Ned?
Just the same thing I did today, man. Just picking my spots and not getting sped up from the pressure, and relying on my screens, honestly, because it opens up everything for the whole team instead of just trying to go one-on-one against a team who knows I'm more likely gonna drive, so they're gonna collapse. So, just taking my time, pacing myself, and not settling for threes. Meech gets on me a lot about that, so definitely not settling for threes, putting pressure on the defense, driving. So just the same mindset every single game. Ned is a good defender, though.
Yes, he is. I did say I was going to get you out of here with that, but I got one more. Chris Calvin. I want to make sure. I don't even know if he has Facebook or anything or on social media, but he had a big game today. He had 16 points today. How much did that? What did that 16 points mean, man?
A lot, because down the stretch, I ain't gonna lie, I was really tired, coming into that second half. So once I saw other people hitting, it just, I can kind of catch my breath, sit back, and just, put more energy into the defensive side of things. But he's versatile, man. He can score inside, outside,
Yeah.
and he brings that edge to our team. He gonna talk and he gonna back it up too. So he brings a lot of energy to us.
He definitely was talking. He was talking to me on the sideline. And when I went to go get a towel spot, he was talking to me. He's like, I remember what you said. I said, bro, the game ain't over.
Yeah.
You can talk as much as you want. Just wait till the game to be over first. But I love it, man. Listen, y'all had I just said a bad regular season, but y'all came back and won y'all playoff game. Mr. Hinman, thank you for coming on, man.
Appreciate you bringing me, man.
Thank you for taking the time. Again, I say it publicly. Congratulations on making second team All Brotherhood Hoop League. Well deserved. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week.
Appreciate it. See you next week, man.
Thank you, man. Thanks for taking the time.
All right.
Let me just say that Chris was the best player, but I want to give a shout out to Meech. Let me do that because Meech is very maligned. He hadn't been coaching well, and that was part of the reason why they were 1-6. But I'm going to give him some credit because him not playing one of your best players when they're not playing well, that's tough to do as a coach. And he did that. And I think that played a part in the win today. Sometimes as a coach, it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that, Meech. So I want to give you credit for that. Shout out to you. Shout out to Kurt. Shout out to Batman. 15 big points. He had 4 threes today. Again, shout out to Chris Calvin. And Dream Team moves on, man. Like, this is why I say everything starts 0-0. Like, when you can have a bad regular season and then rebound. Now, good luck to all the playoff teams, man. Big thanks to all of the teams, who, thank you for being in our league, man. We really appreciate y'all. I'm going to give a quick preview of next week's games. X2G versus Kings. All the underdogs advance actually, except Elite, except Mentality, excuse me. And I'm gonna start with X2G and Kings, man. I think this is gonna be a hell of a game. You got PD and Justice in the backcourt. Justice is more of a wing, and then Dante and DJ. I don't know who I'm gonna pick to win. I think the key for me though, if the Kings can keep X2G out of transition, I think whoever wins that transition game is who's gonna win the game. So let me say that. If X2G is able to keep them, is able to be in transition, I think they'll win. If the Kings keep them out of transition, I think they win. But I think you got PD. Again, they're led by PD, Justice, Mr. Brown, coached by Julian. Man, they're clicking at the right time. And on the Kings, man, Dante led by Dante, DJ, Aaron. So this is going to be a really good game. As of right now, I'm leaning X2G. I may change that in the week because I do think that X2G will be able to impose their will a little bit more and get in transition. But I'm really looking forward to this game. They're going to need a big one from Aaron. They need a big one from Jase. Jase has to match Lex's physicality. I'm looking forward to that matchup. He's going to have to match their physicality. Right now, again, I'm leaning X2G. That may change. In the next game, Elite versus Dream Team. I'm going to pick Elite right now. I think they'll be able to play their double bigs more because Dream Team has to keep their bigs on the court. They don't have to, but they're likely to keep their bigs on the court, whether Tay's not really a big, but he's 6'6". Kurt, Mook is probably going to be on the court whenever Lou's on the court, and then Kurt's likely going to be on the court next to him, which means that you can play Barry too. So that, I think, is the swing factor in the game when both double big lineups are in the game. And how long can Mook stay in against Lou? Can he stay out of foul trouble? Is he able to get up and down the court with him? I think that's a swing factor as well. In the Ned and the Chris matchup, I think that's a big one too. Like, if Chris can win that matchup, I think that goes a long way towards Dream Team winning. But again, I can't go against the champ. Their defense is just really, 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 really good. They really put teams in the stranglehold, and I'm going with them. As of right now, the games are at 11 and noon when I put the flyer out. So y'all just be on the lookout for that. As of right now, it's 11 and noon. Hopefully, everybody still pulls up, even if your team is not playing. We would love to have y'all in the building, man. Like I said, the atmosphere in there was great. The crowd was going up. Big thanks to everybody who has made this season possible. We're working on some things for y'all in the future too, very, very soon. So make sure y'all get y'all rest. We may be coming back sooner than what y'all think. So just be on the lookout for that, man. Shout out to all the sponsors, the council. And again, big thanks to Stretch, man. Like, those shirts, man, again, it really made me smile seeing guys wear those shirts with pride. So, all right, Ned, that's what's up. But yeah, congratulations to the award winners, man. Congratulations to the teams that moved on as well. So as of right now, and again, y'all check for any correspondence online. We'll put the official times out later in the week. But appreciate everybody who supports the Brotherhood Hoop League, man. Really, really appreciate y'all. So for the council, I'm Statman AJT. See y'all next week.